I was the character captain for Rules of Survival, and I'm sorry I can't be in class today, but here are my thoughts. Matthew was a very interesting character, and I actually have a quote that he said from the book that I want to start with. He says, "You looked at Callie and me from over our mother's shoulder. I hoped you wouldn't try to wriggle out of the embrace, because in fact our mother seemed to be in a good mood. She was humming. Cocaine? New man? There were a few possibilities, and I didn't care which one it was. Maybe we'd have an okay evening." So those are the words of Matthew Walsh as he just tells the story to his youngest sister, Emmy. In this story, Matthew has just decided to write down the events as they happened so that his sister can someday read them. And since the story is written in a letter format, the point of view is first person, and I found him to be a very round character. He's very expressive. You know what he's thinking. He doesn't hide it, and he's just the key player. He's the protagonist who has to be the strong one in his super dysfunctional family. He's kind of the one taking care of his two sisters and his mom at the same time. Learning the rules of how to survive and be in the same room with his mom is a constant challenge, and he's in consistent struggle with his mom as he tries his hardest to protect his two sisters from his abuse, but especially his youngest one. Callie, being the middle child in the story, she's an important character. She's often the one that goes between Matt and Emmy. So she's trying to please everybody and make everybody happy. And while she's vital to the story, I found her more to be a flat character. And then Emmy, the youngest sister in the story, she's very similar to Callie. She's more of a flat character, but yet she does have a vital role. And the only reason I'm saying they're flat characters is because the story is mostly about Matthew, or that was my perspective, mostly about Matthew and what he thinks and what his hope is for his sisters. But back to Emmy, she's essential because the whole premise of the book is him trying to protect them from their mother and teach Emmy how to survive. Emmy is very brave, and I found that because she's so young and she doesn't know the rules of survival in her family yet. So she does normal things that kids do, which cause just a lot of fear in Matt and Callie as to how their mother's going to respond. And then Nikki, the mom in the story, she's the antagonist, and she's the very abusive mother to Matt, Callie, and Emmy. She's a very dynamic character and almost seems to be bipolar. I just couldn't get over the fact that one minute she was happy and wanting to have fun, and the next minute she was just angry and abusive with her words. Some examples from the story of her abusiveness include when she joked about dropping Callie off over the edge into the water, and the story about when Matt was a young kid and stole some cookies out of the kitchen in the middle of the night, and she caught him and took the knife to his throat and cut him just a little bit, as well as driving in the wrong lane super fast and refusing to get over even though a car was coming because it was fun. So Nikki acts like a wild teenager who's always moving from one boyfriend to the next, living for fast fun, and she's not really there for her family. She has a lot of responsibilities but doesn't follow through on them, and it's amazing how she has such smart, beautiful children in the midst of her own instability. So in this story, I could have talked about more characters, but I felt like Matthew, Callie, Emmy, and Nikki were the most important, definitely. And I really liked the way that in this story you got to know the characters. You got to know what they were thinking, what they were feeling all through the letter that Matt had written. I really empathized with Matt and his sisters and was just appalled by the things that were going on. And just as I was thinking about it, just the reality of how many of the kids that we teach actually go home to environments like this that we have no clue of. So in this story, I really wanted to see the mother severely punished because of just everything that she did and the way that she treated her kids. And I feel like in the end, it kind of turned out to be that way. And I really think the author did a good job of making the mom seem really bad so that you just kind of hated her and really wanted to see the kids win. So overall, the characters were great. The story was a hard one to read, but it was definitely good. So enjoy our last class. Bye.